What is happening, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Have a Chat with Ray and Stat. I am Ray, Stat is on his way, and we have Goose with us. How are you, cousin?
Good, how are you?
Living the dream, bro. We are in HD quality right now.
Yes, I can see myself.
You can see yourself, things are looking good, and that's because you boys got some cameras, got me a camera for the studio, and things are looking sweet, so thank you for that, mate.
Mabruk, bro. Happy you're happy.
Thank you, mate. And thank you, ladies and gents, for joining us. It's going to be another interesting episode.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Goose, there's a couple of things I want to talk about, which we'll get into when Stat gets here.
Yes.
But how was school for you?
School?
Yeah, this is a very random... I'm taking it back. How was school?
I hated school.
You hated school?
So much. I remember the first day of kindergarten, I walked in, I looked up, and I go, I can't believe I have 13 years of this crap. I can't believe. I remember. I've told that story before and people don't believe me. I remember. I don't remember a lot of things, but I remember that.
So at 5 years old, you're looking around and you're like...
And that was the start of my depression, 13 years. And then as soon as I left school, it got a bit better and then it hit back straight back.
So we're going to talk about school today. We're going to talk about bullying. It's a
Bullying?
big thing that's happening right now. So I want to get into it. I want to pick your brains on it.
Yep.
That sort of thing. But before we get into it, how's life, bro?
Yeah, everything's great, man. Can't complain.
Yeah, what's been happening?
Same old. Just a new role at work, which is good.
Enjoying
getting
it?
into that. Yeah, working from home, which is fantastic.
How do you like the working from home life?
I love it. I wouldn't say I wouldn't go back to working in the office
Yep.
or what my previous role was, but if I can, stick to this, I can definitely get used to it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, has it made you fatter as a person? Are you eating more? Because that was my problem when I first started working from home.
I mean, it probably would, but I'm actually making an effort to stick to 1 or 2 meals. So it hasn't because I'm making an effort.
I don't know what happened to you, but working from home gave you a different motivation to normal people.
Yeah.
It really did. Because you're back at the gym now, bro.
I am. Well, I mean, I've never left the gym, but I'm doing classes now. My mentality is, if I start work at 9, I can catch the class in the morning and not be late. So I'll do that. And then from time to time, I've got an hour lunch break. Who eats for an hour? I eat like in 2 seconds.
Yeah, no one.
So I'll go for a run, 5Ks during lunch.
Dead set. You're doing that after the...
I want to do it every lunch, but so far the most I've done is like twice a week. So
That's still really good, bro.
Yeah.
5Ks at a lunch break.
yeah, because 5Ks people should be able to do it in half an hour because I'm extremely large. I do it in like 40 minutes.
Yeah, but now you have a goal, right?
Yeah,
So
I want to...
You want to reduce it.
Yeah, see if I can do 5Ks in half an hour. That would be good.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Well, Mabruk, mate. Keep up the hard work.
Trying.
I like it.
Thank
good.
you.
But yeah, that's about it. You
Yeah.
just sit in silence until Stat gets here.
Oh, if you want, I could tell you a story.
Tell me a story.
So, from work, I'm doing training, and I'm doing training of other people. And someone mentioned that there's these headphones, these earpieces from TikTok you can buy, and apparently their quality is fantastic.
From TikTok.
Not buying from TikTok, but they're like advertised on
Oh,
TikTok.
okay.
And I looked them up, and they're called Loops.
Loops.
You ever heard of them?
No, I've never heard of them.
Oh, that's good because that that keeps the story in check without you spoiling it. So I look them up, and there's like all these fantastic reviews, and they're cheap. There's like 3 different types: the basic, the medium, and the pro.
Yep.
And it goes from 24, 40, and 60. I go, I might as well get the 60. They're heaps cheap. And
$60, you're saying?
the pros, yeah.
Okay.
I go, they're heaps cheap, and I need some good headphones. So I buy them, and Amazon deliver them straight away.
Amazon's the best.
The next day.
I don't care who you are. Amazon is the best delivery service ever.
Ordered them Friday, got them Saturday.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
So I'm sitting there in my kitchen table. My dad's telling me off for buying something again, and I'm opening them up and I'm looking at them. These are great. They fit great. I go, all right. How do I connect the Bluetooth? I cannot find the button anywhere. I'm googling it. I'm looking it up. I'm reading the instructions, and then after like half an hour, it hit me. There's a reason why Google kept correcting Loop headphones to Loop earbuds. I bought earbuds. I didn't buy headphones.
They're noise cancelling earbuds.
They're noise cancelling earbuds.
So you spent $60
I spent $60
on noise cancelling
on
earbuds.
earbuds that cost 50 cents.
So why there a pro version?
Apparently
basic-
musicians and all these harakat people use them. Like I spent $60. I look at Maverick. I go, "You're a carpenter. Don't you need them?" He goes, "I guess." I go, "This is the best money can buy." I throw at him. I go, "Don't lose them."
Well done, bro. That's
Yep.
another Goose moment right there.
I was so angry, and I wanted to abuse that person that recommended him. What on earth? Is she deaf? Like, what is she listening to? The best earphone.
So was she saying she was listening to music?
I feel that's what I heard.
No, I gotta see this TikTok now. I gotta see it. You gotta find it, send it to me because that doesn't sound
I think
right.
it's like advertising TikTok. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd
And
probably be
when you go on the
looped.
website, there's people like running with it. Why would you run with noise cancelling headphones or earphones?
That's
whatever?
a great point.
Like you get hit by a car.
That's
like
a
why
great
to advert
point.
that? Maybe I should have read the fine prints. Okay, it's my fault. God forbid.
I don't even think you need to read fine print there, bro. I'm pretty sure that's right up the top.
Earplugs. Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, mate.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That was recent. It was like a month ago.
That was a month ago.
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
Yeah, here's the thing about your dad that is frustrating me at the moment is that he's tried Prime.
Who?
Your dad.
Oh, the drink.
Yeah. How
Yes.
has he tried Prime and we
Yes.
still haven't tried it?
My
It's
dad's
Logan Paul and KSI's drink.
my dad's a tradie, so he was at a customer's house, and my dad, because he's been doing it for so long, his customers are usually like really high end customers, like
Yeah.
like people that want the quality
They're-
of someone that's been working that long.
They're Easterners, they're
Yeah,
Northern
so-
Beacherners.
all
yeah.
in the city, and
Yeah.
I come home and there's all these empty bottles of Prime drink, and I'm thinking it's Maverick, and then I find out it's my dad. He's working at someone's house, and they just every day they give him a drink. And he goes to me, "These are delicious. They're the best thing he's ever had." He won't share any with me. He won't give me any, and now he's upset they finished the job because he's not getting any more.
Apparently, it's really good.
Apparently, it's really healthy and it's coconut water,
Yeah, I've heard it's actually phenomenal.
like so much better than Gatorade.
Yeah, stuff Gatorade. Apparently, people would prefer to drink that to Coke and
Oh wow!
Mountain Dew and all that. Like they're
So
saying,
not
it's
even
actually like
And it's no sugar.
no sugar. It's actually a decent tasting drink. That's why I want to try it.
I really want to try it too.
All right, this weekend. I'm
Uh,
at the wedding this weekend.
Do you know a place that have them?
Yeah.
Supplement store.
Apparently, supplement stores have them at the moment.
Okay. It'll be out of time to Woolies start having them.
100%, bro. This thing grew like crazy.
Yeah, in America, all Costco, all those have them.
Yeah,
Walmart and all that.
bro. Arsenal. They're sponsoring Arsenal.
Yeah, that's massive.
It's the official drink of Arsenal. It's
Imagine
weird.
being an official drink of a sport team.
I don't know, bro.
As big as Arsenal, yeah.
I don't know how this podcast just keeps becoming recommendations for other people's products.
Well, don't buy Loop and buy Prime.
Bro, I really want to try it. That and Beast chocolate. Have you heard of Beast chocolate?
Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's really good.
Yeah, I want to try that too, but they don't deliver here.
Oh, wow, they don't deliver here,
No.
even though it's chocolate.
Yeah.
He has burgers too, this guy.
He's got, bro, we should go to the States just to try his burgers.
I want to try a lot of stuff, but yeah, that's on
Bro,
the list.
and the Sidemen have a chicken shop. They do.
Sidemen? Oh,
yeah,
like KSI's guys?
Yeah, they
They have
do.
a chicken shop, huh?
They got a chicken shop in Britain. They got like 12 of them or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's called Side Eats.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's doing food, bro. Good on them.
Bro, do you know I had a epiphany of starting my own food truck
Okay.
or burger truck called
Yeah.
Joe's Burgers.
hmm
I reckon that would have been great, but it's too much work.
So that's it. You came up with the idea and it died instantly.
Yeah, like it's a lot of, like everything in life, it's a lot of work, and
Yes.
I'm happy with what I'm doing.
So you don't want to put the work in.
Mate,
Yeah.
something's always got to give, and I just don't want to give at the moment. So
Something's always got to
Yeah.
give, and I don't want to give.
yeah, I'm just happy as I am. I'm
That-
giving too much at the moment. I don't have enough. So
You're giving a lot, champ.
yeah,
Giving a
so
lot.
I'm happy as I am.
How's working on Goose?
Yes, working on Goose.
If you don't know this, ladies and gents, Goose was on a project for the last few months called Working on Himself. And from what I can tell, it worked out pretty well.
It's doing all right.
It's doing
We'll
all
see
right.
what happens.
I thought to myself, I'm not going to do it, but I had to.
Hey, it's your show. You do whatever you like. But
It's
yeah,
good times.
everything's going good, bro.
Yeah. That's good, man.
Nishkarallah, as they say.
Yeah, bro. Can't complain. Church was good this weekend.
Excellent.
Very good.
Excellent. And I'm sure later on we'll talk about the challenge that was put, but
Well, let's talk about it now.
okay.
Because we'll talk about the other stuff when Stat gets here. So Pastor put out a challenge. It wasn't even to share it publicly, but it was read a proverb a day and find a verse in that proverb that stuck out to you, write it down somewhere and keep a log of it and do that every day of the month. Because if you don't know this, Proverbs is 31 chapters, so you got one chapter a day. And I thought that was great. I loved that challenge, and people started doing it. I just shared mine on Instagram because it's something that I do. And yeah, man, I just added it to my Bible reading this morning, and it was good.
I did the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
I shared it on one of our chats.
Which one was yours?
I did verse 32. So chapter 15, verse 32, which says, "The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is..." Oh, that's 33. That's also a good verse, but I always assumed 32 was the last one. He that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul, but he that heareth reproof getteth understanding.
And that's pretty much the theme
Yeah.
of the chapter, bro, is like, listen.
Listen, take advice.
Why'd that one stick out?
That one stuck out because it sort of shows the comparison of someone who does listen and someone who doesn't. So someone who does, he reproof, he gets understanding, he works on himself, he betters himself. Therefore, he cares more about himself and obviously the work of God and the people around him. But when it says the opposite of that is someone that despises his own soul, like that's a big deal, despising his own soul, not liking himself,
He's not doing the
caring.
best for himself. Yeah.
Not caring.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we can always think of someone that's like that, but instead of thinking of someone like that, think of a time when you were like that. Because I can definitely think of a time where I just didn't care.
Well, bro, you always get to a point, right, where you think you know everything or you think you don't need help.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem, is that everyone gets to that point multiple times, no matter what. Like, it could be when you just changed into a different stage of life, you've turned a certain age. Like, there's this arrogant, like, part of your brain that goes, I know it, I don't need help. Who are you to tell me what to do? Or who are you to give me that advice? And it's like, no, we got to really push that out, because we need to remember we're constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly trying to move forward. And it's just dumb if you don't.
Yeah,
It's just dumb if you refuse it.
I remember, it's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to everyone, where you come to a point in your life where you just don't want to take advice from anyone. And that, in my opinion, was one of the lowest points of my life.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, like nothing anyone could say would help because I didn't want them to help. I wanted to stay where I was.
Yeah.
And that's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous. And I think people fall into that trap, especially when they're out of God's will.
Yeah.
Because God has his will to guide and direct you, but if you want to stay out of his will, you're not going to listen to the people that he's got around you. And it's sort of similar to the verse I chose today. It was verse 22. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors, they are established.
Oh, wow. Yes.
So for me, I was going through, you know about it, I'm not going to get into it, but I was going through a lot of life decisions, life choices, a lot of things I was trying to figure out. And I didn't do any of that without talking to some spiritual leaders in my life, my parents, a couple of deacons, a couple of spiritual leaders that God's placed in my life. And through that whole process and talking to pastor and trying to figure out what's going on, God started to reveal his will in a clearer way. It may not have gone down the way that I thought it was going, but I was able to accept it because it didn't end up being what I wanted, right?
Of course.
And
yeah,
it was,
yeah.
God's will just ended up being like, it looked like it was going to be the thing I wanted, and then it just diverted last minute. And I remember sitting down and just thinking about it, being a little bit frustrated and thinking, well, I wanted God's will, so I'm pretty happy with that. But you don't get that unless you take counsel from the people he's put in your life. You don't get to that point unless you actually listen to those counselors, because without counsel, your purposes, everything you want to do in life is disappointed.
Yeah, and if we want to get deeper into that. There's a reason why those people are there.
That's right.
For many reasons, some of them being because they've been there, done that.
Yeah.
So if you're not listening to them, it's almost like you're so prideful. Like, who do you think you are?
It's a different type of arrogance, man, where, again, you think you know best when there's been plenty that God has put through it. And that's the beautiful thing about Christianity. You're never the only one to go through something.
Yeah.
Whether it be right or wrong, you're never the only one to go through something. Someone else has always gone through it. And you need to accept that and learn from them. And that can be a person that's younger than you too, bro. Half the lessons I've learned have been from the kids in Bible club. They may not have known it, but they would tell me about something that happened in their week and how they reacted to it. And I was like, man, what's wrong with me? And I think it takes true maturity to learn from someone who is younger than you, around the same age as you, and older than you, and learning what's the right advice, what's the right wisdom to take, and what you should steer clear from.
And when you're so open to receiving help, you tend to receive it when you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
So someone is just living their life, not even knowing they're helping you, and you're being encouraged by that.
Yeah, 100%.
And that has a massive effect on a lot of people's life. Had a massive effect on my life.
Yeah, and that's what I like about what Pastor's been doing with these challenges and these things.
It's encouraging people. Absolutely.
It's encouraging people to like take what he's taught and move with it. And I hear someone. Hello.
Sure.
What's happening, mate?
What's happening?
Look, ahla. Welcome.
What's
happening, cousin?
Watch, bro. You started?
We started.
Oh, jokes.
Well, say hello to the people. They're there.
It's a nice camera, bro.
Thanks, bro.
It's alright, bro.
I know a couple of guys that got it for me.
Where'd you get it from?
What's going on, brother?
Not much, bro. Not much.
Well, welcome to the podcast.
Mate, come welcome me to my own show, bro.
Yeah, that's very true. You know what? I apologize for that.
Cuz this is called Central.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's alright. It's good. It's good.
No, we're good.
What's happening?
Shufi Mafi, bro.
Brother, everything is happening always.
Welcome, Khaya. Welcome.
Mate, it's good to be here.
It's good to have you.
Everything's happening always. That's a new one. I like it.
You know what that is? It's conviction.
All right.
Straight to you, bro.
Yeah.
So
It is.
why are you late this time?
Bro, I was working, bro.
Yeah.
Working, yeah. Just,
How is work?
Killing.
it's busy, bro. Work is so busy. Allah. It's good. But I love it.
Good. Nice.
Mm.
Well, we're just talking about Pastor's Challenge. You know, the one of reading a proverb a day
Yes,
and all
yes.
that. What are your thoughts on that?
I like it.
What are your thoughts on him doing these challenges in general?
I like it. Something different.
It's changing things up, eh?
It's different.
I had a meeting with him on Friday. We're talking about a bunch of stuff. And he goes, I'm doing these challenges because I don't want to just be giving information. I want it to be practical. I go, well, mate, this is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It's great.
I love it. It's different.
Yeah.
Because
So-
usually we just see the preaching and then that's it.
And then we're
A lot of
we're
it.
off. Yeah.
So I think it's to keep us accountable as well. I think it's very good.
For
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
I think the best part is that everyone's trying to do it. So that whole accountability factor of, hey, he's doing it. Am I doing it? Hey, did you do it today? And like just checking in on each other.
Mm.
I think that's great.
I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I think so too.
No, it's been good.
Just having a laugh with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we did that segment.
All right, we're good.
So
Let's
now
wrap it up.
busy bit, huh?
Nice. Oh, amen.
No,
always down to wrap it up. You know what I mean?
Always down. Bro.
Always
Always
love a
down.
wrap up.
Lifter.
Always, mate. Always love a lift.
What a laugh there, bro.
Mate, what a fat laugh bit.
What I want to talk to you about, school. Did you like school?
Loved it.
Why?
It's the best place on earth.
He hated it.
So much.
Were you bullied a lot?
Bro, I'm going to say no. Don't get me wrong. No one liked me. Like, there was a few people maybe. And I tend to... I even broke my nose at school. Someone just came out of nowhere and kneed me in the face for no reason. He's a nice guy, but just kneed me in the face. You know? Broke my nose.
I don't
So I always ripped my pants, ripped my shirts, always had a nosebleed. Nothing went right at school. I had a certain amount of groups of people I hanged out with. So I wasn't popular by any means. Was I bullied? Honestly, I'd say bullied like proper bullying.
Like what?
Like
What's proper bullying
like,
to you?
Like, I don't know, like constant, doesn't have to be physical, but constant abuse. Like constant abuse. Like for going out of your way to pick on that person. I never had that. But, you know, when it was, when it made sense, I got teased a lot. So I wouldn't say that's bullying. I reckon that's just school.
Honestly,
Yeah.
a yes or no would suffice.
I would say
You just went-
What is that roundabout, bro?
You just went around the
He
world.
took
No,
the Hume
because-
Highway instead of taking
Don't
down
get me wrong, I
5, bro.
hated school for a lot of reasons, but I wouldn't say I was bullied. I was just whatever. Yeah, I would say no.
Okay,
Okay, so no.
that took 2 minutes.
Bro, I have a lot to say.
Were you bullied? Were you bullied?
Yeah, it was for the first 3 terms of year 7.
What's your definition of bullying?
Yeah.
What's my definition?
Yeah.
Getting teased constantly, no
So
mates.
did I.
No,
Yeah,
so
me
like,
too.
no, but like,
But no mates.
yeah, it's not a
Yeah,
mate. It's not a
well-
mate teasing you. It's just randoms,
It's
right?
just, randoms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I had mates. Like my mates teased me too. Like
Okay,
Yeah,
but
it's
that's
different.
not bullying. That's
Oh.
that's mates ripping.
I got
on you.
teased by randoms for 3 terms.
my mates did worse than the bullies.
Okay, okay. Were they mates or?
Yeah,
did
no,
you
they're
just call
still my
them
mates now. Like I would walk to school, my bag's missing. I look up. I don't know how Geraldine did this, but she put it on like a fence that's 10 meters high. I don't know how she did it.
Yeah, that's very funny.
Yeah, and I
That's
laugh
very
as
good.
well.
But that's like friendly banter.
And then I'll get in trouble by the teachers because it's there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
it's really
fine.
bad.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's mates mucking around.
It's
Yeah,
friendly
yeah.
banter.
But you got actually bullied?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You 7?
Because I was thinking about it a lot. Like, it's happening a lot right now in circles that we know and kids and all that sort of stuff. Bro, bullying's terrible, bro. Like, it's very bad.
My
It's
first,
very bad.
my
I
first
don't know
very
why you
bad.
made it. I found it very funny.
I actually remember my first
No.
day of year 7. I got punched in the face by a year 8 guy.
Why?
I don't know. I was
I
playing
wanna
footy and
say-
punched in the face.
I want to say
Again,
man,
not
that-
bullying.
I want to say, man, that sucks, but you probably deserved it.
No, I was year 7. Come on.
Who just walks up to you and then punches you straight in the mouth? Like, I don't understand.
I got kneed straight in the face for no reason.
So were you just the punching bag at school?
I'm telling you, I was smashed. But again, I don't consider it bullying because these guys don't even know me. I just got hit.
Okay, so
So bullying.
that's bullying.
Huh?
If they don't know you.
That's the
and it's randoms. It's
I
bullying.
feel like you need to see a psychiatrist.
Nah.
I feel like
Bro,
you're
there's
in
people that
denial.
have had a lot worse. People that have been like from the American movies I've seen. They go up to them, they pick on them. I've never had that.
You just said you did.
Yeah, like getting hit is whatever. Like, everyone got hit.
No.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't get. It's getting
You never got hit in
And
school?
you
like,
consider
punched on.
Yeah, you never had a
Nope.
fight?
Nope. Almost got into a fight.
Okay.
I never went to a fight.
You
But
never had
it
a
was
fight
year
either?
12.
No, never.
I had fights, yeah.
Oh, bro, I was year 12.
Yeah.
And one kid like act up to me.
Mm.
And it was very funny. And I had all my mates go, I go, boys, this little rat wants to fight me. Whatever. And then they came to our area, in like year 12, right? They came to my area and they came to act up to me. And all the boys just stood up. I felt like I was a bloody king, bro. And then he backed off.
I got into my first fight when I was in year 3. I remember that my cousin and his best mate were throwing blows. And I ran up. I was like, what's going on? I pushed him off my cousin. He grabbed me. I don't know how he
Who,
did
your
it.
cousin grabbed you?
This bloke and his mate grabbed me and slammed my head into the concrete. And I was like, I was dazed out. My cousin's fighting. I'm fighting. It was a mess. And then a couple in high school.
I've had scuffles, but they're not fights. Just whatever.
Yeah, no. I literally had nothing. I had one guy bridge up to me on social media and then I G'd him up and then he wanted to fight me. That was it.
Yeah, even
That's
social
it. And,
media-
and not me, bro. I'm
See
a
what I
J-up
mean?
artist.
I
I'm a
look,
J-up
I
artist.
look at it and I'm like, it wasn't that bad for me, bro. Like even on social media, it wasn't that bad.
But to answer your
People have
question,
had a lot worse.
But to answer your question, I love school. Everything about
Yeah,
it is
school-
the best.
school's
Mad
alright.
hang out. Think of it like
Bro,
this.
I
You go to
got-
school every day, hang out with your mates, have a laugh, and then it never happens again.
I can't think
That's
of
true.
anything worse.
Well, it's because you had no mates.
Yeah, no, listen, I've had a few, but yeah, no.
Nah, I could. If you told me go back to school right now,
So this is my point.
No problem.
That's exactly my point. Is you loved school, you
Loved
hated
it.
it.
Can't
Loved
stand
it.
it.
I loved it. I had a great time. You know.
you loved it so much you dropped out.
Yeah, dropped out year 11.
Wouldn't say I loved it.
It's a sacrifice.
I'd say I loved it.
It's a sacrifice I was willing to make, bro.
Nah, bro. I'll go back to school in a heartbeat.
But here's the thing: there's so many kids out there right now that hate going to school. Like absolutely hate it. Had a couple come up to me and be like, "I get scared to go to school and see this person." Bro, like
I've never had that. See
No, I
what I
never
mean?
had that.
I've never
That-
had that.
that's-
I don't consider it bullying.
that's full on, bro. Like to
Yeah.
think that a kid is actually terrified of another kid, and like it's not just primary; it gets into high school as well. And like these kids trying to make moves and trying to figure out their life and all that, and they're getting absolutely and utterly abused on the daily.
Yeah, it sucks.
What do they do, bro? Give them some advice, Stella.
What do they do?
What do they do?
Man, that's a good question, Wolves.
Because then you have the extra layer of them being Christians, and they could be getting bullied because they're Christians as well. So like you got all these other layers that are working into it.
Just
I've
Just
definitely
G it up.
Yeah, G it up.
like it sounds stupid, but
Tell me what you mean.
just like if someone made a comment to me because I had a lot, like year 7, I copped a lot of comments. If they go, oh, like you're ugly, I'm like, yep, you bet I am. Yep, no problem. And
Okay.
and it would just and what it would do is they were like, oh well, this guy sucks. I can't. It's not fun.
Yeah,
teasing
so
him
it's sort of like deflecting it.
yeah, deflecting. Yeah, oh yeah. You know what? If that's what you think, no worries. But
you
how old
ever
are these people that are coming up to you?
Oh no, bro, I'm talking 16, 17. Like it ranges. No, bro, it ranges from like 8, 9-year-olds to
No.
16, 17.
So
like
the people that come up to you are they 8, 9-year-olds or they come
both,
16, 17?
both. Like I'm saying, like that's the range I'm talking about. Is a lot
Okay,
of different
to
kids.
be fair, a little hard for me to give advice on like 8, 9.
You'd like to
No,
think.
I'm not talking. An 8, 9-year-old's not going to watch this, right? I'm talking about high schoolers. Like, how do high schoolers do it? Do you really think?
Yeah, but high schoolers won't watch this either.
Okay, but I'm saying, like, do you really think deflection is the way to go with it?
If you're 16, 17, But
Did you? So when you were, when you were
I'll throw a handicap.
so when you were, what do you
I'd
call
love to
it?
throw fisticuffs if I could go back.
When you were getting bullied, right?
Yeah.
Did you have a group around you?
Oops.
Like mates at all
Oops.
that would support you, back you
Oops.
up? So you literally went solo and were just like, stuff it.
Yeah, and I just hung out with like people in the years above me. So if anything happened, I had them. But
Okay.
that was towards the back end.
That's the back end. So that's when you found your group.
But in
that's
the beginning,
Yeah.
there was none of that.
Okay, what about you?
I would like to think that it would happen the same way it happened to me. You just grow out of it. Like, let's say from high school, you're new, right? Eventually, you're going to meet mates. You're going to meet new people. You're going to, after a few years, you're going to get into a different social group. People grow up. It gets a bit better. If you're going from high school to uni, I remember when I left high school, there was, I guess, a few people I spoke to. But majority of the people I spoke to or hanged out or spent time with after high school weren't from school. And then I did all my maturing in there. And then now recently, I've got in contact with a few people from school.
Because that's the funny part, right? Is anytime someone hangs out with someone from school or runs into them, it's like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Because you're such different people and life has really just moved. Yeah. Like I call high school a fishbowl. You think only everything in high school is important and there's nothing important around it.
Is that annoying you as much as annoying me?
What's that moving his
Yeah.
keys? Where's your wallet today?
Is that cancer?
That's what's it's under the car. Parramatta.
You didn't get the hint. You're rattling it.
I'm aware I'm rattling.
Okay.
I need to rattle because I left my
Okay.
fidget spinner at home.
You want this?
You have a fidget spinner?
Yeah, that's actually so much better. Yeah, I bought a fidget spinner because I'm going crazy.
No way. I have a few. You should've-
You bought a fidget spinner. Bro, it's not 2018 anymore.
Nah, they're the best.
When
Yeah,
did
they're
they
still
come
so
out? Were
cool.
they 2018?
She heck.
So like that.
They're the best.
Just went online. Yep.
I hated them.
I love them, bro.
Made a purchase.
Especially like the really fancy ones, the golden ones.
Yeah,
and
that was alright. But anyway, so back to it.
One's blue with like cool stuff. Yeah, it's pretty
Ooh.
Where'd you get it from?
eBay.
Still shop on eBay.
I love eBay.
I love
I haven't
eBay.
shopped
Love,
on eBay.
love.
in
eBay's
years.
first and Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Even though
I
Amazon's
made
a lot quicker.
no,
I really use Amazon.
I made the switch big time. I buy so much from Amazon.
I
I buy groceries from Amazon.
You can do that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, you mean like I don't
Like
know,
coffee
drinks.
and
Okay.
things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like non-perishables.
yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, so like you leave school, everything's pretty much sweet from that point because you realize, oh wow, life is so much bigger. There's so much more to it than what people thought of me in high school. But man, these kids go through depression. They go through all this crap because some kid decides to call them something. And now, even worse than we were when we were kids, it follows them home because of social media.
Social media is terrible.
It's
man.
full on,
terrible.
bro.
Social media is the worst.
Yes.
It's full on, mate.
I'm convinced the bullying we had back in the day, obviously,
telling
does not
you,
compare to what it
It's
is now.
nothing.
No, it's
Because
nothing
the
now.
difference, because now they're like as bad as it's
You
going to
can't
sound,
escape
but
it.
people,
Yeah.
there are kids out there committing suicide over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think with us, it was a lot more physical. Like I remember in my grade, there was a fight a week, right? Someone's fighting someone.
Here or Newcastle?
Newcastle, here it was more once. I went to a Christian school, so it wasn't as like a more. When I was here, it was a more secluded Christian school, like an actual IB school. So I got into one fight in my time there, and there was one every 3 months or so. But in Newcastle, it was one a week. There was
Really?
always someone fighting someone, and there was always some kid getting shoved, like literally shoved into a locker or
Like America.
yeah.
That's mad. I
Like,
promised my
literally.
head was going to get shoved down the toilet, but it never happened.
There was this thing
Oh,
that the
wow.
boys used to do. They used to.
That's a joke.
So our school toilets, they had like metal gates that they would put in front of them to close them overnight, and the guys would push a kid in, grab that gate, and shut them and lock them into the toilets. So the janitor would have to come and open it.
Yeah, stuff like that to me is funny, but to a lot of people now, it's
Well, like it depends who you do it to, right? Like if it's a kid that you know and you're mucking around with, okay, it's a good it's a laugh. But what I'm saying is, back then it was a lot more physical. It was a lot more let's have a laugh in the moment, and then everyone moved on. But now people take it.
You're laughing at it.
You keep laughing at.
Sorry, I think things are hitting me. Like they're coming back to me, so I'm laughing. I'm waiting for you to finish. So I can
Having
say it.
PTSD.
Huh?
But now, bro, it follows them home. And they just get verbally and utterly abused. And it's not just people from their school anymore. It's other kids jump onto it. And before you know it, their post has like 600 likes on a comment that is just utterly abusing them.
Hey, it's too hard to tell people to get off social media because
Well,
Can't do that.
yeah, it's not a viable option. It's just scaring them off.
Yeah, they got to. But these concerns need to be addressed. See, my problem nowadays is that people don't address their concerns.
What do you mean by that?
So if I was in school, if I put myself in the shoes of a high schooler and I have social media and I have access to all this stuff and I'm getting bullied constantly, a lot of people choose not to talk. A lot of these kids choose not to talk about it.
Yeah, but that's because
And
play devil's advocate.
but talk about it. I'm talking about with their parents, with
Okay,
influential
yeah.
people. No,
Nah.
not friends.
No,
friends
you're
are
right.
useless.
No, you're right.
But they're not willing to go to influential people like a teacher at school or their parents at home or someone they might trust outside of that circle because they just feel like, oh no, we don't want to. You know what? Then to an extent, if you're not going to do anything about it, don't complain. It keeps happening.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't say that.
Why?
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why
No,
can't I say
go.
that?
No, go.
Well, it's very intimidating or embarrassing or a lot of other things to go up to someone and admit something like
Someone
that.
Okay,
you
no,
trust.
but going up
I'm
to your
not-
mate,
someone
he's
you
not
don't
saying
trust.
me go up to Stat and say, "Hey, bro, I'm getting bullied at work." He's saying going up to my parents and be like,
Talking to your parents about it. Addressing
know what's
people.
going on.
You know, when I got kneed in the face, I would not snitch on the kid. Other people snitched on him. I wouldn't snitch on him. Like, it's not something you
You're
do.
okay. Difference. What we're talking about. The difference today is you're talking about a separate incident. You didn't get every
yeah,
day.
yeah,
You didn't come to
you're
school
talk-
every day.
You're talking about isolated.
You didn't. Yeah, you didn't come to school every day and get kneed in the head.
He's talking
I'm
about
talking about continuous, consistent bullying.
Yeah.
That doesn't get it. That the kid won't address to anyone.
because then these kids, bro. My
telling
big
you,
issue,
You can't
like
say it's his fault. You can't.
Who's saying it's his fault?
You said, mate, if you're not going to talk about it,
Then you can't. Yeah. Then
Suck
I
it
agree.
up.
100%.
No,
No,
no.
it's not suck it up. It's on you.
but you can't
have
say
to-
it's on you. It's a very bad thing. Like, you can't
Okay.
put on a person for being that depressed or that upset and not
No,
want to talk about it.
but there's always ways to do something about it. And if you're not going to do anything
Okay,
about it,
and you expect someone in that state to know?
to know
I
what,
don't.
to know
To know
what,
what,
to,
though?
to
To
know
know what to do, to know how to do it,
To know how to talk
who
to someone.
Yeah.
what. Okay, so that's my issue, right? Is that you've got way too many kids, way too many teenagers who refuse to have a relationship with their parents.
I don't blame
That-
them,
Why?
mate. As much as I love my parents, they're not, the people I want to go to when I need something. Now, definitely yes. Now that I've
Okay,
grown up.
now,
When
but
I
that's
was
because
younger,
but that's not because your parents changed. That's because you changed.
Correct.
But that's what I'm saying. Kids need to have the maturity to speak to their parents, whether they think their parents want to listen to it or not. That was always my biggest issue with that. Do you remember that book, that TV show, 13 Reasons Why? Everyone got into it, right? Have you heard of this thing? So,
I don't know what it's about.
all right, so it's about this girl who commits suicide and she's left like tapes to say why she did it. And she's blaming all these people for her committing suicide. Now, I went into this book open-minded because I wanted to see what they were trying to say about suicide, right? And it's very bad. Don't get into it. I wouldn't. But looking at it, she went into every avenue to ask for help. No one helped her out. And I was getting to the point where I was like, oh, mate, she's tried everything. She didn't talk to her parents. And that's the issue, bro, is that these kids will not talk to their parents because society's told them, your parents don't know what they're talking about. Your parents don't know what it feels like. Your parents aren't smart enough to deal with this situation with you. That's my issue there.
yes and no. Like, even I know families that the parents are the best, but the kids just they don't want to open up to them.
Okay, so that's where I think you put the blame on both. I think you put the blame on the kid for not being smart enough not showing enough wisdom to go and talk to their
I
parents.
don't think you
But
should
then I
expect
think,
that wisdom from a kid. Sometimes,
but that's where I was about to say,
yeah.
it's on the parent as well for not fostering an environment that is open enough for the kid to talk to them.
Again, you can't blame it on the parents because these sort of things, how would you know? Like, you do your absolute best.
Okay, but again, we're not let's not get into another what is a woman situation where everyone starts yelling. We're not parents, we don't know what it's like. But what I'm saying is, like, bro, oh, my brook.
So, thanks, man. It's been a
No, but like,
And they-
so
We'll
like,
talk about that.
my parents, right? My parents would check in on me every day. And I didn't tell them everything, obviously not. But they knew when something was up. There was one time, I remember this clearly, it was year 7. I was really upset about something that I'm not going to get into. And my mum knew that something was really wrong. So she asked Mariana, hey, do you know what's going on with Ray? Mariana says, nah. So she goes, okay, can you please go talk to Stat? Maybe one of his friends can talk to him. Do you remember that? Yeah, Friday night at church, this guy came up to me, goes, what's going on? And we spoke about it for 30 minutes. So, don't worry, I'll tell you off air.
You're a good guy.
I'm the best.
I'll tell you off air. But that's what I'm saying, is that parents should be wise to their kids, whether or not they can be the help to them or not. Because then after that, I ended up opening up to my dad about it. See what I'm saying?
It's a fair point. Yeah.
Bro, being a parent's a lot of work.
You get to a point where you can no longer keep it in.
Yeah.
And you need to tell someone. That's why I say you have to talk to your parents about it. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, there are definitely other people you can speak to.
If
There's
you're
a
in
youth
an
leader.
environment, and a lot of these people are in environments where their surroundings, such as the media and shows and TV and all that stuff. That's why these days you find a lot of advertisement, a lot of shows are saying talk to someone, because before they wouldn't do that. So before, if someone had a problem, they'll neck themselves.
Yeah.
Now they're saying if you have an issue, talk to someone. If you have an issue,
Because
talk
they
to
ignored
someone.
it for so long. But
Just
not just that,
neglected.
bro. But like, I always say this. Think about, what was your favorite Disney show?
Oh, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Sweet Love's That
That
Stat,
was
yours?
bomb.
Did you have a favorite Disney show or Nickelodeon show?
I never watched it when I was a kid.
Didn't you watch like, no, but you've seen like
You
old
just
school
watch the
TV
Abish
shows.
Room stuff.
Mate, I was just straight to the point, mate. I go straight to the point.
Okay.
I don't skip around the bush, you know what I mean?
So, all right, let's take Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, for example.
Oh, the best. Yeah.
All right, great show.
Yeah.
The parental figure was their mum.
Their mum, Mosby,
No, but their mum was the parent, right?
she was the parent. Yeah.
Okay. What was the thing about the mum?
She was barely there. She was
Barely
working.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Same with what's another kid show?
She a cool mum?
She was a cool
Yeah,
mum.
she's a
She was a
singer.
cool mum.
Yeah.
She was a
Short
cool
hair.
mum who.
Yeah.
She was a cool mum who was never around.
Not a regular mum.
I'm the regular.
I'm a cool mum. But there's a point to that. Disney showed, okay, they couldn't go to their mum. Their mum was barely around. Same with why am I blanking on kids shows?
Bro, Lilo and Stitch, what a show. It was a movie and a show. Lilo and Stitch. The Disney show.
Okay, I don't think you're getting my point here.
Also, the Guardian wasn't there. She
Yeah,
went
but
to
that's 'cause
Alien
I was
instead of
dead.
her sister. Oh, yeah, I said her sister.
Her sister, sorry.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, here we go. Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place,
Oh, yeah.
all these, you've never seen any of them?
Oops.
What did you watch?
Nothing.
Okay,
Makes a
but
lot of
all
sense.
these kids shows, right? All these kids shows, they showed that the parent was absent
Yeah.
in some way or another. Okay, so all these kids start growing up thinking, I need to find help elsewhere. My parents aren't going to help me out. My parents aren't going to get involved.
Parents don't get it.
They're not worth it. They don't get it. That's the issue. I think too many kids are grown up thinking, or are growing up thinking, my parents don't know, when actually they do.
My question is, why do kids get concerned to speak to a teacher at school?
Nah, that I understand. Because you tell a teacher, Dibby Dobbers wear wet nappies is what they say, like, you know, when you're in primary school. You never heard that one?
You can't trust teachers, bro. Teachers these days, they sleep with their kids. Like, you can't do
Okay, like, all right.
You can't.
You know what? That's
That means it's fair.
that's
Bro,
very good. That's very fair.
That's not a Bashum. You look in the news.
That's
How many
reality.
of the
Nah, it's
teachers are going to
realistic.
jail?
Okay, but
You
like
can't-
that's all right.
No,
But
you're
let's not
You're
say
realistic.
okay. Let's not say every teacher's doing that. Like
Yeah.
what he's saying
It's
is
a lot worse.
Statistically, 40.
It's a lot worse.
But what I'm saying is that you'll get absolutely and utterly abused at school if you went and told a teacher. Most of the time,
Why do people have to know that you're telling a teacher?
because the teacher ends up going and telling the whole class who's bullying this. They don't know how to deal with it, bro.
School is so fun.
Oh, it's an
But it's messed
interesting
up.
place. Listen, I think if you
Honestly,
can't,
it
if you
was
don't
like
think you can
13
talk,
years
if
jail.
you do not think you can talk to your parent about it, Christian kids, next best bet is go talk to your youth leader. Tell them what you're going through.
But
Not everyone has a youth leader. Not
Not
everyone's a
everyone has a
Christian.
youth
Okay,
not
but
everyone's Christian. That's exactly
all right, but our circles, they've got youth leaders, bro.
Yeah, and they
They
got.
can talk to them. They've got people
Absolutely.
at church they can speak to, and that's the thing. And that's where it comes back to for me. We've got 10 minutes. We'll wrap it up.
No, I was going to message. Sorry.
Oh, okay. This is where it comes back to for me. I was talking to one of the younger boys this week about friends in general. Now, all my friends, like the close ones I hang out with, are from church. They're you guys, they're the other boys, the girls from church. That's who I hang out with on a weekly, daily basis. I think a friend group that you should hold to is a friend group from church, not outside the church.
I agree with that, yeah.
Thoughts?
Absolutely.
Because in my opinion, like I love my schoolmates. I see them every so often, barely, but I see them. It's like 2 or 3 of them.
Or you are who your friends are.
You are who your friends are. You turn into those people. But not just that. Why not grab people who have the same goals as you, who have the same life purpose as you, who want to see God glorified in their lives? That's where I think these guys need to go, is don't think of school as the end-all be-all, because it's not. And we know that. We're out of it. But look at life as if, okay, these people at church are going through the same thing I am. Go find another kid. They're probably going through it. They're probably just too scared to talk to anyone about it. And figure it out. I know it's sort of... This conversation is so much longer than what I'm making it, but I think that's the way to deal with it.
You can't expect that from a kid, but I mean, it works.
No, because you think about it. You think about it. Kids talk to their friends constantly.
Yeah, but I don't see kids giving other kids good advice. Not all the time, at least.
Not at all. But God willing, there's that one kid that says, "Bro, you should probably talk to your mum about it." Or there's another kid that goes, which was me all the time. Someone would always say this to me, "Bro, why don't you go talk to Mark about it?" See what I'm saying?
You'd hope they'll say that.
I just think there's more options out there for a kid than sticking out with all this bullying stuff.
Agreed.
It's tough. Honestly, it's tough.
It needs to be addressed early on. Because then you go the rest of your life out of school. Because you'll go through it, or then you get out of school, and then you won't last long out.
Yeah. And when you're out of school, it gets harder. It's not so much the bullying more than the peer pressure and trying to figure out life
It's
itself.
also, you spent all this time, not fitting in, then you struggle fitting in elsewhere. And you struggle
That's right.
having a proper life and, communication skills.
If a lot of people, they end their lives.
And it's crazy. Like dead set, it doesn't need to go down that route, bro. It's full on.
Like honestly, I went from school to working in a aluminium factory where everyone there was on drugs, missing teeth, missing everything, tatted up. So I learned very quickly that school is very different than real life.
Yeah.
I don't know how it worked out, but these guys are very nice to me. They taught me a lot of lessons.
Bro, God is so good, and I think that's the thing, bro. Like, stats that you get out of school and life becomes so much more difficult. You're trying to find people, and I think that's the thing, is that everyone is trying to find someone to relate to. Everyone's looking for a friend, and all it takes is someone to say one nice thing to someone to make their entire day. Like seriously, bro. I've had a rubbish last 2-3 weeks, absolutely trash. And then just someone came up to me at work last week and was like, "Mate, you're looking great today." I go, "Oh, thanks, bro." He goes, "No, like, you're a good bloke. I really appreciate it." That was it. Like, out of the blue. Made my day. I think, kindness goes a long way, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, absolutely. I have plenty of those examples. It's Christ-like. It brings people to Christ. For sure, yes. Good convo.
It was a serious one today. It's different.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I came in like halfway through.
Well, you came in for the serious part of it.
It's a bummer. Damn! Bummer, isn't it? Cuz, if I drop this thing one more time, I swear.
Bro.
I'll lose my mind. No, but yeah.
Yeah, it's good time. Ladies and gents, tell us what you think. Do you agree with Goose? Do you agree with Stat? Do you think we're all losing our minds and that we should, stay off these topics? I think it was a good one. I think it was important. And go do something nice for someone this week. Say hello. Buy them a coffee. Let's drop it again.
Stop. I hate that. Stop.
Bro. I'm going to lose my mind.
All right.
Battery pack?
Yeah.
Detach it off your phone.
All right.
No, detach it. Oh, Allah, thank you. Hey, I'm good now.
Wow.
I'm good now.
You good? You comfortable?
I'm happy. You're
Yeah,
good.
but let me tell you. If I had to pick up a third time, I'm going to lose my mind.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's good. Yep.
And on that note, let's end the show.
All right.
That's it, bro. But I've got to do this for the rest of my life. I'm very happy.
Goosey, thanks for coming today, bro. Where can the people find you?
Thank you for having me. Find me at church.
Church. Okay. Stat.
Stole them off my playbook.
Yes, I did.
Nice.
Yeah, I was watching an old video from a couple of years back when I was making stuff for church, and Amul Fuad said, if you can't find me anywhere, you'll know where I'll be, and I'll be at church. I loved it. It was good.
Pretty Kruger, mate. Good on, man.
Ladies and gents, you know where to find us. Let's have a chat with Ray and Stat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get that number up there. Go do something nice for someone. Buy a coffee.